So today we have a very special guest with us. We met through Luna, who's such a young little warrior, and she's just united many people, me and you as well. So just to start this interview off, could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Hi, Nick. I'm Anshika. I'm 22 years old. I live in India. I was born with a giant CMN on my stomach, back, and thighs, and many satellite nevus on all over my body.
Mm,
While the day I was born, it was a very strange thing for many people, especially even the doctors. The hospital on which I was born, no one has seen such a child with such a huge birthmark and something. And even my parents or any relative has haven't anyone. There was no one who haven't seen such a huge birthmark. My parents were quite happy for me being born, and I was healthy, so they were happy for that. But many relatives, especially in India, there that if there is a girl, it should be without any mark or beautiful something. So the relatives and all the friends that were there, they were like, "What is this? What is this?" Everyone was curious about it. Some think then after I was born, it was a, it was a bit of struggle for my parents as they have to answer everyone who asked about me. Everyone said something orthodox or something strange to them, like it can be due to black magic, it can be due to past life karma, something. So it was difficult for them. And they also searched for some doctors. They searched for the doctors who can tell what it is about, how can we cure it, how can we remove the birthmark. But here in my city, we tried contacting many doctors, but everyone told us that it is a birthmark, there is no problem in it, and if we have to get it removed at a certain age, we have I have to undergo a surgery. Then my life started. I started going to school till the nursery play group. It was very good. There was
that's
no
great.
problem. Hmm. But as I joined a primary school, I moved out from one house to other, and I joined a new school, and it was a nightmare for me. So it happened that when I joined the school, some kids, there was a group of bullies. So when I joined the first day I went to school, they just saw my marks. You can see it in hair, my hand. So they said, "We'll not touch you. We'll not let you play with us. We'll not let you in our group. Will not touch you." And and they even announced that if anyone touched me, they'll not touch them. So everyone, it was a big nightmare for me going to a new school and having such kids. So after some time, every day I used to go to school, I go to home crying and complaining my mother that I don't want to go to school, I don't want to see their faces again, because it was a bit traumatic for me. But my parents also went to school, complained to the teachers, but how many times can a teacher shout or explain the kids? They don't understand. And it's a big problem with rare disease, people with rare diseases, CMN or any nevi, because people don't understand it, especially the kids. They start bullying you. And as the time was going on, I was some kids even tried saying very mean things to me.
Yeah,
They said to me, I can't even say something like, "You are a cursed child" or something like that. So sometimes when they say mean things, I used to say them mean things, and even we went into a physical fight and all that. But but as the time passed, I became immune to those questions. It doesn't matter to me. Sometimes it matters, but now we're in a stage when anyone asks us, we don't care what they're saying. And it's just okay. If she says anything, we're like, okay, we don't care.
yeah, definitely. And CMN is becoming more common by the day as well. Because when I was born, it was like one in hundreds of thousands, but now it's getting more common to one in 20,000 or so. And it really is becoming more of a common thing that people should learn about as well. And especially when it comes to children, they don't really understand what it is. And I don't know why, but people tend to pick out on things that are different, even though we are all different in our own unique ways. And I definitely get the feeling of what you said about just those comments becoming, they don't really mean anything to you. Because that happened to me as well, where now it doesn't really matter what people say to me, because it's just it doesn't mean anything from someone that I don't really care about. So yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for answering that as well. But now going off what you said about going off what we said about it becoming more common and people not really understanding what it is, do you think that CMN is being shown in a good way in social media, or is there enough of it being shown?
Actually, if I talk about CMN in the social media, it's I haven't seen anything about any major thing or events happening for the CMN. I only came across CMN after I myself researched about it. I researched about my condition. Here are people who don't know what CMN is. They only know that if it is a black spot, then it is birthmark. So there's nothing information about CMN much. And social media only, if we create awareness, then only people came to know about it. Otherwise, I don't think in the media or something there is any awareness or work done on CMN.
Exactly, and they're not really showing. They're showing what the face of it is and what it is when you look at it, but they're not showing what's behind the scenes, sort of. And that I want to know from when you were a child to now, do you think there is a difference with people and how they treat CMN, accepting it into the society? Do you think there's a difference, or do you reckon it stayed the
Yep,
same?
exactly there is a difference. At the time when I was young, I was in school. The kids bullied me because they don't know what to say. They intentionally or unintentionally say mean things. But now at this age where I'm in college, I'm in a medical school, so no one said anything mean to me. They understand that it is CMN or it is some condition, and even internet has helped very much in it. While I was kid, we have a computer, we have a connection through which we searched. Not everyone had connections or everyone searched about it. So yeah, exactly, the time was very much affected in that.
Yeah, and
Time matters.
exactly, and it's great to see how it's got better in such a short period of time. But there's still not enough being done, and hopefully all we can do is look into the future and wish for the best as well. So thank you for answering that as well. And I hear that you are in medical school as well, and that is absolutely amazing. And I wish you
Thank
all the
you.
best for the future. But what moment in life do you think motivated you or pushed you in that direction that you wanted a career in medicine or to become a doctor?
Actually, after I was very curious about my birthmark, that what it is, how many people do have, how rare it is, why does I only have it, which gene mutation happened it. I was very curious about it. So after bullying and everything happened, I combined all these things and thought of having becoming a doctor and joining a medical school to know about my condition, to become a doctor and teach others about it, make others informative about it, that what is it, what is CMN, what are birthmark, what are rare diseases. And that was because I opted out medicine.
Yeah, that's great. And you've taken CMN, which most people see as sort of a downside, but you've taken it and you've prevailed from it and you've brought something amazing out of you. And I do wish you all the best for the future as well.
Thank you.
But going off, all of our journeys, but what moment in your life do you think was your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge was this year on January 19th, my father died of sudden heart attack. So it was very shattering for me. I I was in a moment. I was in a moment that I thought I'll leave medicine and I'll leave all of these things. I was too shattered. I was in a trauma. I was in a shock that my father suddenly left me. So my mother helped me and helped me to gain confidence and made me do work on it again. She said it will make my father proud. And also because my father was very helpful, he believed in helping others. So I thought of, why should I stop my work and make him sad?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would work in it and make him proud.
Yeah. I'm very sorry to hear that news, but I suppose you have to try and live in his memory, and you have to live in his legacy, and try and make people as happy as he made the people around him. So what you're doing is definitely amazing, and it's going in the right direction as well. And so the world is suffering from a lot of problems at the moment. But what problems do you think the world is facing that hasn't got enough recognition?
I think child bullying, everything, everyone talks about everything. Even everyone talks about bullying. That's very bad. But I think teaching children about bullying is something that no one focuses on, because I was not bullied when I was in kindergarten or I am in college. I was bullied on primary school when I was in primary. So no one teaches kids when they're in primary. They think bullying only occurs at an age when they're adult. So there should be more stress taken on teaching the kids about bullying.
Yeah, definitely. And it is definitely one of those problems that isn't really um, s- focused on that much. And it does affect many people with in
Yes,
primary
exactly.
school, and many children with mental health as well, and
I
be a big
I
problem.
also I also run a page, Doctor with CMN, as you know. So many parents have contacted me about the child being bullied. I've talked to around 6 to 7 kids who were in primary school and were bullied by the,
Mm,
and they didn't want to go to school, and they had fear of going to school. So I talked to them. I made them understand that we have to ignore it because we can't prevent it. Someday or the other day you'll have to face it, but you have to ignore it. And I also recommended the parents to recommend their teacher to start anti-bullying or teaching the kids about the conditions, so they don't
definitely,
do that, because
exactly.
intentionally or unintentionally it can lead to a trauma to the kid.
Yeah, and it can affect them for their entire lives as well, and they'll always have those memories. So I definitely agree with you with that. Um, so now going on to the more positive side of things, um, what quote would you say that you try to live by every single day?
Sorry, can't understand.
Oh yeah, a quote that you've made, or a saying that you've said, or someone else said. What do you try and live by every day?
I i just follow the quote, embrace the glorious mess you are. And that quote made me go every day. And the
Hmm.
second thing I believe is smile. A smile a day can make anyone's day. So I believe in these two terms and I go on every day.
Exactly, and there's such amazing quotes as well. You have to be proud of yourself, and you have to love yourself, and you also have to try and maybe think of others and just give them that little bit of effort and smile, and that can make someone's day. And yeah, you're doing an amazing work with that. So on to our final question. If there was someone with our condition, CMN, watching here today and is going through childhood bullying, what would be your message to them?
I have a, if I say anything to the people with nibbles or CMN, I would only say that we should remain unaffected by any people who say mean things to us, because I know we get sometimes irritated. We also say mean things, but at the end of the day, we'll not feel happy about it. We
Mm,
have to just stay positive, embrace what we are. We are different. God has made us different because He wanted us to be different, and we should love what we are.
yeah,
And to
exactly.
the people who don't have nibbles, I just want to say to them that please don't be mean to anyone, because your one liner or one mean word can destroy others day. And
Exactly.
also if you're curious about it, that what it is, we can explain you very happily, we'll tell you what it is. But if you think you're taunting or you can make fun of it, it's not good.
Exactly. And if maybe it's seen as a joke, or maybe you can get some humor out of it, with both sides, then maybe it's not as bad. But still, yeah, it still can affect someone as well. So you're such a talented person, and you've done so much work for the community. And I thank you so much for speaking with me today. And before
It's
we
my
end
pleasure.
before we end off this interview, I know your time is definitely precious, especially now. You must be so busy. But could you speak to us a bit about your page and about CMN? That, or is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yeah, about my page, I'm currently working on CMN with Nivus Global organization that works on connecting people with CMN globally.
Mm.
And I also am working on my page, Doctor with CMN, which emphasizes on connecting people, sharing their stories, sharing each other's stories, that what they go through, how they feel about themselves, and making people positive about themselves.
Mm.
I work on it, and I also I'm also trying to connect to Nebus Global more, and I'm the chief editor of the page, and I'm also working on opening an organization under them in India after some years, after I
Yeah.
complete my medical.
And you're giving people that confidence. People with CMN, you're giving them that confidence that they might not get themselves, and you really do give them that extra happiness in life that they might not get from where they live. And I'm sure that you'll have such an extraordinary life, and you will be an amazing professor within CMN. And I know that you definitely have a lot of potential, and you have a lot of talent now. And I would love to see what you accomplish in the future as well. So thank you so much for being on this interview here with me today. It's been so
Thank you.
great speaking to you, and your ideas and what you believe is definitely heading in the right direction as well. So thank you so much.